Hi y'all, welcome back to Self-Care Sunday. As you know, every Sunday we have a little topic or a discussion regarding ourselves as individuals and how we could best manage and take care of ourselves. So this Sunday's topic is going to be about fear and how fear blocks us from moving forward in our lives. Usually when we have these types of fears, they block us from enduring a healthy and happy relationship, a love relationship, or even a family relationship. It could even be with work. However, it can apply to you. We have these delays, we have these stumbling blocks, and we just don't know why. And 9 times out of 10, it's because we can't get out of our own heads. So what I'm going to do for this segment for Self-Care Sunday is I pulled 3 cards for the collective, and we're going to have this discussion about fear and what's blocking us and what have you. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull a tarot card for each and individual sign on how to best advise you or help you. So let's just quickly and generally talk about fear. Usually fear is something that goes on with us, guys, when we've been conditioned from children, and it is something that we have a hard time of letting go. It's not an easy thing to do. So whatever it was that we had experienced, say it was positive or negative, becomes the attributes of what we use as an influencing tool for our future adult selves. And sometimes if we've had a bad relationship in the home, we carry that with us and we don't realize that we're using this and we're pushing that out into the external world. So imagine, if you will, whatever pain you've endured, whether it was a bad relationship or something happened to you at work or something happened to you at home with mother, father, whatever it is, that's a knife that's buried deep down inside your soul. It's almost like it didn't just cut you, you left the knife in. And then you, over the years, you buried layer over layer over layer on top of that knife, and it's still there cutting you daily over and over and over again. And usually when we don't acknowledge what it is that pain is that's causing us, it blocks us from moving forward. We're constantly in our minds, we're constantly in our heads. So these are the 3 cards that I pulled, and that's exactly the topic that the universe wanted me to discuss with you guys today. It was incredibly clear. Last week we discussed about giving yourself self-love and to heal thyself and how to unconditionally love yourself. This week it was very clear that the universe definitely wanted to talk about fear and the stumbling blocks that we put upon ourselves to stops us from getting to our future goals, whether it's starting your own company or meeting somebody new, getting into a relationship or moving out or trying to collect those finances. Why are we doing this? A lot of us are doing this self-sabotage thing. So let's go on and discuss the cards. I received one of the 3 cards that fell out was Darkest Fears. And usually in the regular tarot, this is like the 9 of Swords. So it does talk about you being in your head, you're up at night, you're stressed, and you're anguished. I'm going to give you a small example. You're at work, right? And you're looking to get promoted or to get more money or to get to a higher position. Whatever that goal is for you, think of this as an example. You're working and you're working really hard, but you're constantly in your mind like, I have to get there. I have to, you form an attachment to reaching that goal that's the only thing that you're thinking about. You're not actually living the journey of getting there. Or say, for example, you're working really hard and then you just stumble, you make one mistake. We all make mistakes. But then your boss chews you out, right? The whole entire next day, the whole entire next week, all that you could think about is what your boss said to you. Am I going to get fired? Oh my God, is he judging me? What's he saying to me? What's he going to do? You're freaking out. Now that freak out is in your mind, that it's not allowing you to be clear on your current day-to-day, that's making you make more mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. You can forgive yourself. Even if it was something that it wasn't intentional, no big deal. Knock on wood, say you do get fired. Okay, wasn't meant to be, the universe didn't want it to happen. But you move forward from that because you had the strength and the stamina to go on. But if you're constantly going to be in your head what your boss said to you last week, you are going to keep stumbling. Same thing in a love relationship. If, say, for example, you made one misstep and then you get into a fight with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whomever it may be, that's all that's in your mind. You're like, oh my God, he's going to be turned off. She's going to be turned off. And then all of a sudden, this other crazy side of you comes out. That's not really even you. But this is something that you've been conditioned as a child, and this is what's making you react this way. So this Nine of Swords pretty much talks about you being in your head and the fears and the anxiety of the future. This over here, where we have control, this in the tarot is like the Strength card. It just talks about you controlling those fears, controlling those anxieties, and having the patience and the fortitude to go forward, whether it is being patient or having the strength to move forward past that one occurrence, past whatever situation you're currently going through. Even if you are going through a divorce or you job loss or something, a death, knock on wood, in the family, you need the strength and the perseverance to control these things, to not stay in your head, because a lot of people could be depending on you. Can also be the case. And finally, we also have Master. You are the master of your own destiny. And in the regular tarot, you know what this is? This is the Devil card. What does the Devil talk about? It talks about obsession. It talks about lack of control because you're constantly obsessing over something, or you're repeating poor habits, or you're in a toxic cycle. And this is what it is, going round and round in your head over and over and over again. You need to control this, and master it you will, or it will master you. And it will put you in a place or a realm you do not want to be, guys. And you know what's interesting? Hold on one second. We come in today, we have now the new moon in Pisces. So of course we're going to be a little bit extra dreamy. We're going to be, a little bit more extra in our heads. We're going to be fantasizing and we're going to be thinking of certain things. But for every zodiac sign, it's going to be different. So I'm going to apply a little bit of that Pisces, the moon in Pisces, plus this reading, plus whatever card I pull out for each zodiac. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So let's just get going here. All right. I'm trying to change the light also. Here we go. Universe, angel, spirit guides. What do we have for Aries and or advice for Self-Care Sunday? Thank you. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Receiving or giving love. An offer of love, whether it's an offer of peace or love or something. It could also be the job you've been waiting for, or something that you've been wanting to hear from, or if it's a new relationship, something along those lines. In the advice position, it's definitely telling you to offer something that you love. And of course, it can also be receiving. For the moon in Pisces, we just have to plan. I say we because I'm also an Aries. We just have to plan our goals and just stay focused, because a lot of the times, Rams, the Aries sign, we just jump out of our skin and we go, 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 but we don't organize and we don't plan. And we need to do this now. We need to sit down, cross the T's and dot the I's, especially when there's Pisces, the moon is in Pisces season. We can be fantastical and create the image in our mind, but we actually have to write it down to move forward. So, do that thing that you love. Write it down. Start working on that creative project you have in your mind. Start that thing that you want to love. And if it's a relationship you want to go after, just be a little bit methodical in how you're going to go about the approach. And if it's somebody giving you an offer, definitely take a beat and think about it in order to receive. Okay, guys. Excellent. Let's go on with Taurus. Universe, angel, spirit guide. Well, that was quick. Wants to talk about Taurus. Judgment, Six of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, guys, I mean, this is just absolutely clear as a bell. Wheel of Fortune, the wheel's turning in your direction. So you are having luck turn in your way. There was a judgment called Judgment. So for me, this is very karmic. So there's some karmic debts I heard, or that you've paid off. And now the wheels are turning in your fortune, because you have the Six of Swords. And all three of these cards definitely tell me a mini story. There was a judgment call that was made, whether it was you against somebody else. The wheels turned in your favor, luck. And now you're moving forward into a better, healthier, new direction. For Taurus, You have a lot of positive reinforcement, because it's like as if last month you were kind of consolidating your friendships, your family, the people that you wanted in your life, your support team, and you're all about it and they're all about you. So that's just great, Taurus. The only other thing I want to say is just be careful with your spending. Um, whether it's luxury on foods and clothings and things like that, that it just has you run off and it creates other delays in other projects and things that you want to do. But overall, this is karma stepping in, telling me that you're definitely going into better places, a lot smoother, a lot calmer. And so things are now starting to become even keel for you, Taurus. Very nice. Just be careful that you guys also don't stay in this world, this Nine of Swords, where you're up and having anxiety. And some of you, are anxious eaters and you're not doing such a thing. And I just say that because of the moon in Pisces. And, just being able to control it. But Taurus, you guys usually are very good at that. So other than that, Taurus, Self-Care Sunday looks pretty decent for you. Okay, on to Geminis. What do we have for Self-Care Sunday for my Geminis? Gemini. Please get us a card for Gemini. Thank you. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you guys for a while right now have been juggling something. Two of Pentacles just telling me you're juggling two situations. You have one foot in the water for one thing and one foot in the other. And lately it's been a lot about work for you guys. So I don't know if you're trying to juggle family life and work life, or your social life, or you're trying to juggle two jobs, because for you guys, things are like sort of festering at work. Things are bubbling under the surface. And this is what the zodiacs are saying for, the moon in Pisces for you Geminis. But because things are festering, you're going to have like some sort of light bulb moment. And you're going to say to yourself, like, because you're constantly here. You're like overthinking, overanalyzing, overdoing, that when you actually have that light bulb moment, you apply that to work. And then all of a sudden, it's like your whole entire career path completely changes, because that is your version of self-care, because you're trying to tell yourself, okay, there's more to life than just this. So it's been festering for you guys. You reached the end of this toxic cycle, this devil cycle where somebody's puppeteering you. You're like, no more. I mean, I'll juggle it as long as I possibly can, but eventually I'm going to drop one of these balls and move on with my life. So I think what you're doing is you're allowing one situation to play out, while this other light bulb idea that you got going on, Geminis, you're going to apply something towards that so you can create some form of new future for you guys. Okay, Geminis, very nice. Very nice. Cancer, what do we have for my Cancer? Whoa, that's pretty quick. Ace of Pentacles, guys, what's this? Ace of Pentacles is something that's tangible, 3D level, a new job, a new relationship, a new career, a new marriage, engagement, child. This is something brand new, and it's new to you for something that, it's here on the 3D realm. So for the the moon in Pisces for you guys, it's all about like leisure and travel and, learning new cultures and, just trying something different. And maybe that's what it is for you guys. Maybe you got a little bit of coin and you're like, you know what? I never really got to travel the world. I never got to see certain other cultures or try different foods and do different things, that you're actually thinking about it. So for you, for your self-care and advice, Cancer, is stop thinking about it. Go and do it. You're the master of your own thoughts and your feelings. You're being blocked by your fears, Cancer. Like, well, so many people depend on me, or I have to make money, or I've got to be responsible. I can't be in La La Land. Just try something different. It's okay if you take like a beat. And then, just so you can do your self-healing, so you can go back and say to yourself, well, I was stressing out. I was freaking out. I needed to take a time out. I needed to travel and collect myself. I was able to meditate on my trip or whatever, collect my thoughts and myself. I was able to heal myself so I could come back bigger and better and healthier. So, yeah, Cancers, go and do that. You got some travel plans? By all means, do it. You got some new plans coming into your life? By all means, take the reins and go forward. All right, Cancers. Nice. Leo, what do we have for my Leos? What do we have for Leos? Leos, for you, it's the meeting of the minds, or friends wanting to help you, or vice versa. Some friends needing your assistance and or your help. That's what it's going on for the moon in Pisces. Plus, you might be stressed because you typically, Leos, you always take the reins. You're always the one in the family that's like trying to be like the king of the jungle. Like, you're gonna take care of the family. Whatever the problems are and the issues that they are. Yeah, here you are, Princess of Wands. Princess of Wands is pretty much a fire sign female, but she's more on the younger scope. She's also the bearer of messages, something exciting and new and an adventure and things along those lines. So, Leo, if your friends want to take you away for a weekend, go ahead and do it. You've been thinking about the family for far too long, and this thought of, this train of thought, that it's starting to break you. Like, these things are trying, you need to control this over anxiety, this over issue. What are your stumbling blocks? Probably not much, because you're a fire sign. So if you're having a light bulb moment or a light bulb idea, please don't put it in the shelf and close the shelf and forget about it and it just dies. Okay, because that's all too often what the devil card talks about. The level of toxicity is talking about how we allow fears to block us, to say, oh, I'm never going to achieve that. You'll make the motions, but then you might take the beat back. This is just saying, you got an idea, go forward with that idea. Let people help you, or whatever it is that you allow people to change your circumstances if need be. And if you want to start your own company, your new business, new whatever it is, allow them to help you guys out. Okay, Leos. Virgo. What do we have for my Virgo? Universe, angels, spirit guides. Virgo. Virgo, you have 3 of Swords. I was just talking about how we have buried wounds, buried knives, and we've got to uncover every layer of those, swords. For you guys, I think that you really need to make plans with your loved one, whether that's somebody from your family, like your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, whatever, or your husband or your wife or your best friend. Go make plans and go have a brilliant time, because you are dealing with some form of pain, and this is probably why you're in your head, and or you need patience for this to dissipate. You have to go out and enjoy life's little pleasures. You're alive. You're here. You've got friends. You've got people who love you. There's so much for you that's going on, that this may be, in fact, what's causing you to be blocked in the things that you want to do. So say you want to get into a relationship, a loving, caring, reciprocal relationship. If you've got these buried wounds, these knives in your heart that you've over the years buried with layer over layer over layer, that you can't even get to the knife to take it out, how will you ever heal? It is impossible. So start loving yourself. Get out of your head, live in the current moment, and enjoy life. And then you will see, one dagger after the next, you'll be able to remove it, because you're going to say to yourself, well, this happened to me as a child, or this happened, or I had these bad relationships in the past. So you think they're going to happen to you again? No, those were lessons. Learn from them. So when you see those things happening again with a new individual in your future life, you know that's a red flag. And you're like, peace, no. No, thank you, not for me. Bye. Totally bye. Oh my God, yeah. This was also up. I just noticed this, like it was the Lovers, which is a choice between, something that you love, 2 lovers, you and a lover. So I was already sensing that. I was sensing some sort of heartache with love for you Virgos. And, something that you're having to deal with. And I really truly believe for you Virgos, I almost feel like the bonus in this self-care Sunday is for the Virgos. You guys really, really need to heal thyself and tell yourself, and I don't mean get over the last situation that recently happened to you. I'm talking about the whole enchilada of your past, Virgo. You really need to just say to yourself, well, why do these toxic situations keep happening to me? Maybe it's because of the reasons that you're not allowing yourself to heal from those past wounds. And tell yourself, I unconditionally love myself. No, I'm never going to let this happen to me again. Never. Okay, Virgos, go make those plans with your friends and remember what love is all about, and recenter and refocus yourself to take back control of your own life. Very nice. Okay, Libra, what do we have for Libras? Thank you. Six of Wands, which is an achievement, a goal, success. And you got one more. The Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is talking, and this is more or less probably you. If you're a male, you're dealing with a female air sign, Gemini, Libra like yourselves, or Aquarius. She's very discerning, she's very decisive, she's very cerebral, she cuts with a knife. If she was in the upside down position, I'd say she's nasty and a bitch, but she's not. She's just going about doing what she needs to do because she's very meticulous. And with the Six of Wands, it's because her goal is success. Whether it's in a relationship or, work or, everything. Libra, you could be saying to yourself, well, I can't have it all. I want to have it all. I want the white picket fence, the dog, the cat, the kids, the husband, the wife, the job, all of it. I want that. And you should think like that. And maybe you're just overthinking it too much. Like how to achieve those goals that you're constantly like up in the head. Let me tell you something. Here's a quote, and I had to write it down. That's why I'm looking down. I really had, because I was hearing Libra today, and the thought that came to my mind because of Pisces, the moon in Pisces. For you, Libra, I heard, if it's no fun, then it doesn't need to be done. That's what I heard. If it's no fun, then it doesn't need to be done. So if you're not having fun on this journey, Libras, as you're going by, planning meticulously in your head over and over again, the hamster in the wheel, trying to be a control freak, or, not having the strength or the patience to just let things play out, because it's not just your soul that you're dealing with with other souls. But you are reaching that level of success, but you need to enjoy it too as you go. You can't just plan, and then not enjoy. You just turn around one day and be like, wow, how did I get here? You didn't enjoy all the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of life. You've got to stop and take a beat and enjoy those things also. Don't constantly be here trying to make those plans that you're not enjoying your actual day to day. If it's not going to be fun, then it doesn't need to be done. Okay, Libras. Scorpios, what do we have for Scorpio? Universe, angel, spirit guides. For you guys, for the moon in Pisces, I heard take a time out. You're so busy that you guys are, oh my God, the moon came out. Jesus, as I was just saying this. The moon, which is secrets, things not being illuminated, things that haven't unfolded yet for you guys. And you're like busy, that like, I'm planning for my wedding. I'm planning to buy a house. I'm buying a new car. I'm working at home. I'm dealing with my relationship. It's like, look, I needed to breathe. That's what this anxiety was giving me. I was getting anxiety from you, Scorpios, because you're so busy. You're not taking a time out. Thank God the moon is in Pisces for you, Scorpios. Go into La La Land. Enjoy it. You don't have all the answers right now. You just don't. But that's okay. It'll eventually be illuminated. You don't need the answers. That's why it's telling me this toxic obsession that you guys are having, just allow things to unfold organically and naturally, because you're not. You're in such plan mode and you're busy making all these plans. You're trying to be over controlling regarding this, and you don't even have all the facts. You don't even have all the information. Let them unroll. You're probably dealing with other souls where there's answers or questions that they need to answer you, but they don't know what the answer is yet. So you want that answer yesterday. It's okay. Take a time out. Enjoy today. Be present. Be here. Be mindful, and everything will play out. The sun does come out after the dark. There is a day after there is a night, and let that just happen. Go out and have fun, Scorps. That's how it's going to be for you guys. Self-care Sundays, like, give yourself a time out. All right, Sagittarius, what do we have for my Sagittarius? All right, I got 2 cards for you, Sagittarius, and I also heard, you Sagittarius, you're usually very smart. You're very witty. You know on some sort of subconscious level what you need to do, whether it's a relationship or it happens to be work or what have you. You know how to take care of number one. But sometimes you guys need to listen to others or learn from others' mistakes. For you, whatever your blockages are or your toxic cycles that you try to control, that you constantly have running in your mind, you have the Prince of Pentacles, which is money and foundation, and the Universe, which is talking about new phases in your life, new cycles. And I think recently you guys had a lot of food for thought in your mind, Sagittarius, because when it was the moon was in, what was it? Aries? No, it was Venus in Aries. That's it, Sagittarius. You were forced to think about your past love relationships or the relationships that were plaguing you and your family. So if you remember the beginning of the segment, I kept talking about those layered knives that we have, or what influenced us as we were children and what we were conditioned to. That's it for you. I was conditioned to think and feel this way. And now something comes along that trips you up. You're like, oh man. You're like, your world is shattered. It's not. There compromises could be made, and you could take that logical approach and tell yourself, well, that's not me, that's them, that's whatever they did, and I will not let that mar my soul, because that's what was going on for you guys. That you actually were unpacking the past, and all these things surfaced for you guys, that it did get you in your head, and it was just kind of like over and over again that you were just thinking about, well, I got to think about my foundation, my future, starting a new cycle in my life. So the advice is you should go ahead and do that. You guys definitely learn from others. Talk to friends. Say, listen, have any of you ever experienced this situation? I just don't know what I should do. And hear what their experience was and what they did. Because Sagittarius, for you, it's like you ignore everybody and you just go and do you. I know right now you're trying to find your own foundation, your own coin, your own future, your own money, your own place, your own apartment, whatever that is for you, and starting a new phase in your life. That's all great and dandy, but take advice from others who've been there and done that. So that's your advice, Saggies. Capricorns. Speak your beliefs either to a friend or the universe. All right, Capricorn. Oh, it dropped on the floor. What is this? Ooh, Queen of Wands. Love this card. All right, hold on. Sorry, just trying to fix the camera. All right, guys. So I got the here we go. I got the Queen of Wands, guys. Okay, so the Queen of Wands for you Capricorn that I was hearing before, speak your beliefs either to a friend or to the universe. And usually the Queen of Wands does do that because she's very vocal, but she's also very charming. She's also very beautiful. She's very articulate. She's a humanitarian. But usually she also makes boss moves. Like, she doesn't sit there and wallow. She goes. She'll wallow, but she'll wallow as she goes, kind of thing. So for you guys, if I'm hearing, speak your truth. Speak how you feel. And if it's no one's listening, speak it to the universe. You might be in your head, and what are your fears? What are your stumbling blocks? What is your toxic cycle? If you've got to repeat it over and over again to somebody, go ahead and do it, because this is the card of doing something physically, actually doing it, not being in your mind, not being in your heart, not being in your feelings, not being any of those things, but actually taking this wand like her, where she's a warrior in the jungle, and she's just going. She's just going to conquer everything. She'll be like, all right, I'm not going to think about the past. I'm not going to overthink the future. I'll make my goals for sure, but I'll stay present and I'll go and I'll walk in that direction. And that's what they're advising you to do, Capricorns. All right, Capricorns, great reading for you. All right, Aquas, what's going on for my Aquarians? You guys are very much looking to find another source of income, or how to steady your income, or how to increase your revenue stream, something along that with your finances. And let's see, Seven of Swords. Yeah, Seven of Swords sometimes talks about cheating or stealing or taking. And I think that you're thinking like, I'm hearing what's owed to me, what's due to me, what's fair to me. You know, for far too long, everybody's been taking and stealing and cheating from me. It's time that I took on my own. Because in my card, all the other tarot decks, you know, you see this figure. He's running away. He's running away from the crime of the scene. He's over here sitting here pondering and looking at all the seven swords and saying to himself, you know, not like, woe is me, but you know what? He is in his head. He's in his head, and he's like, you know, for far too long, everyone's been taking from me, and here are all these swords. I think it's my time. It's my turn. And you are thinking about that revenue stream. But you're going over it meticulously in your mind, but over and over and over again. You're like, how can I create another revenue stream? How can I make more money? What can I do? Another side hustle, you know? And it's right now, it's just a matter of you just being a little bit patient and finding the strength to just let things work its way out, because it's giving you full-blown anxiety, you know, and this is becoming a toxic cycle for you guys over here, which is why you have the Devil card. You'll eventually get there, but your stumbling blocks. This Self-Care Sunday message for you guys is, that's great that you want another revenue stream. Just be careful how you go about it and how you get it, and that you do everything above board. All right, Pisces, First Angel Spirit Guides. Last but not least, for my beautiful Pisces with the moon in Pisces. Sorry about that. What do we have for you guys? Yeah, I think for Self-Care Sunday last week and probably the last 2 months, I've been telling you, Pisces, from the whole entire zodiac sign, you guys really need to learn how to self-care, love you unconditionally. You know, people out there unconditionally love you, whether it's your family and your friends, your spouse, your husband, your wife, whomever. But you don't do that to yourselves, and you've got to, unload these past thoughts in your mind that when you were a child, that maybe you were the third kid in the family and you didn't get that much attention. Maybe you are, you know, and you let that go in your future, that's what you think you deserve with people. You That's an example, but you need to destroy that thought. You're like, wait a minute, that's stupid. What? Why would I allow that? You know, you maybe for you guys, you weren't thinking that. You know, when you can see, for example, a little child, you're an adult, and a little child comes, hugs, kiss, and loves you. Don't you realize that's unconditional love? You think the kid is thinking in his head, you think he's in this position? Or, you know, trying to control or be obsessed in his mind or in his feelings? No, they're not. They're just doing because they're little kids. So that is the best proof anyone could ever possibly give you, right, Pisces? You need to start doing that to yourself. Feel like that little kid, or take yourself back to that little kid and be like, you know what? Yeah, I was influenced this way. Yeah, I was taught this way. I'm no longer going to do that. But you guys have been peeling back the layers. And now I think we're coming to a culminating end or a cycle with the moon in Pisces. So Universe, Angel, Spirit Guides, what messages do you have for my Pisces here? By the way, I have a very, very, very close friend, best friend that's a Pisces. I'm just going to do a birthday shout out for her. Hi, happy birthday. And happy birthday to like all the Pisces out there, quite frankly. Come on, what do we got here? Right, I got 2 cards. Let's see what they are. Change and Justice. Ooh, yup. I told you guys, it's about time. It is about time. Justice is balancing the scales. So it's about time that there was a little bit of love coming your way in whatever realm of your life, whether it's your family or your job or your business or your career or your relationships. Even if you're single, justice is about to be served. You might be meeting a Libra. You might also be meeting somebody in the legal system. You might also be dealing with contracts. Change, 2 of Pentacles. You will be juggling 2 situations, 2 scenarios. So there's 2 aspects of your life that you're going to have to juggle, and it's interesting because I'm hearing like weighing the scales, but they're very serious. They're big things. They're big aspects of your life, and this is probably why you're going into this obsessive, controlling mind thing, that, you know, you're trying to balance these 2 things. But, you know, justice will play out. So maybe some of you are, getting a divorce and justice will be on your side. Maybe you're going to court for something and you've been fighting something, you will win. Maybe things need to get divvied up. You will be the benefactor for all these things. But you're going to have to juggle two situations just for a little while. That's what I'm hearing. But to go back into the moon in Pisces, you deserve this justice. You realize that. And you juggling all of this is why you're getting justice. Because you've been juggling for far too long, because you put yourself on a timeout. Why? No. Try to learn. This is your self-care Sunday, Pisces. You need to learn to put yourself first. Put yourself in front of the cart. And then the cart will follow you. Because as I've always said, even from last Sunday, I'm going to carry that message forward to you guys. If you show the universe how to love yourself, you put out the manual to everybody else in the world on this 3D level, how to treat you. Yes. So that's all I got for you guys. And I look forward to doing next week's Self-Care Sunday. I'm going to leave it there. And yeah, until next week. Bye, everybody.